Hello students, myself Anna Sahib Gaurane, Rayat Shikshan Sanstha's RBNB College Srirampur. I am junior college teacher in physics. Today we study AC circuits. This is my fifth lecture on AC circuits, and our next article is LC oscillations. L means inductor, C capacitor, and we see the LC oscillations. We know inductor is a coil, and we also know the capacitor. These are the two components. This is capacitor, this is inductor. If here there is a switch, inductor and capacitor are connected in parallel. The parallel combination of inductor and capacitor produces electrical oscillations of desired frequency. The frequency of oscillations depends on values of inductor and capacitor. We know AC circuit containing inductor only. We also know AC circuit containing the capacitor only. When the capacitor is charged by the AC supply, electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor, electrostatic energy stored in capacitor is 1/2 Q square upon C. Q is the charge. Electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor is 1/2 Q square by C. And if the current I passes through the inductor coil L, the magnetic field energy in the inductor is given by 1/2 L into I square. So these are the formulae. In capacitor, the electrostatic energy stored is given by 1/2 Q square by C. In inductor, if current I is passed through it, the magnetic field energy stored in the inductor is 1/2 Li square. Now see this capacitor and inductor, and suppose this is the switch. If this, now firstly we see what is the LC oscillations, and then we see the details how LC oscillations are produced. When capacitor is fully charged, this capacitor, when it is fully charged or when it is completely charged, and when it is connected to the inductor L, when this fully charged capacitor is connected to inductor, and if this switch S is made on, the charge is transferred to the inductor. When capacitor is fully charged, the electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor is 1/2 Q square by C. When it is connected to inductor, the charge is transferred to the inductor. When capacitor is connected to inductor, the current I flows through the circuit when this key is closed or when this switch is closed. When capacitor is fully charged, the electrostatic energy stored is 1/2 Q square by C. When it is connected to inductor, current flows through inductor. This increase in current changes the magnetic flux phi, and EMF is induced in the inductor. This self-induced EMF opposes the growth of the current. Charge on the capacitor goes on decreasing. Charge on the capacitor, that is the energy stored in the capacitor, goes on decreasing, and equivalent amount of energy is stored in the inductor. As this charge goes on decreasing, the electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor goes on decreasing, and the equivalent amount of energy is stored in the form of magnetic field energy in the inductor, in the form of magnetic field. When the discharging of capacitor is complete, it means this all charge is transferred here. The capacitor is fully discharged. All energy stored in capacitor will be converted into magnetic field energy of inductor. This electrostatic energy becomes zero then, and it is converted into magnetic field energy of inductor, and it is 1/2 Li square. It is 1/2 Li square. When the capacitor is completely discharged, all this energy is converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor, and it is 1/2 Li square. Now L starts charging the capacitor. When this is completely discharged, the inductor starts charging the capacitor. The current and magnetic flux linked with the inductor decreases. When it starts charging the capacitor, the current and magnetic flux linked with the inductor decreases. The EMF induced in the inductor recharges the capacitor in opposite direction. Recharges the capacitor in opposite direction. It recharges the capacitor in opposite direction, and this process of charging and discharging continues. Again the capacitor is completely charged, then it starts the discharging, and in this way the electrostatic energy stored is converted into magnetic field energy, and again the magnetic field energy is converted into electrostatic field energy, and this charging and discharging the capacitor goes on repeating, and energy stored from the source keeps on oscillating between inductor and capacitor. It keeps on oscillating between inductor and capacitor, and these oscillations are called as LC oscillations. These oscillations are called as LC oscillations. Now we see in detail how these LC oscillations are produced. Now we see in detail how the LC oscillations are produced, how the inductor and capacitor, electrostatic energy of the capacitor is converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor, and magnetic field energy of the inductor is converted into electrostatic energy of the capacitor. We see it in detail how the LC oscillations are produced with the help of different circuit diagrams. See here this first diagram. This is the capacitor. Suppose this is the inductor, pure inductor having zero resistance, and suppose here there is a switch. Initially this switch is open. This is the switch S. Inductor. Initially the capacitor is fully charged. Capacitor is fully charged. The field between the plates of capacitor is from positive plate to negative plate. Initially capacitor is fully charged. Suppose charge on the plates of the capacitor is Q0. It is the peak value of the charge. It is fully charged. This capacitor is connected to inductor having the negligible resistance or zero resistance, and as capacitor is fully charged and switch is open, the current flowing through the inductor is considered as zero. Current flowing through the inductor is considered as zero. Here electrostatic energy of the capacitor is we denote this energy as UE. In the capacitor it's UE, and that is 1/2 Q0 square upon C. When capacitor is fully charged, Q0 is the peak value of charge, switch is open, no current through the inductor is connected in parallel with the capacitor. As it is a pure inductor, its resistance is considered as 0, and electrical energy stored in the capacitor is 1/2 Q0 square upon C. As no current through the inductor, so energy stored in magnetic field of inductor is, we denote it by UB, and it is 0, because no current through the inductor as switch is open, and we know that UB is 1/2 Li square, and as current is 0, this magnetic field energy of the inductor is 0 in this case. Now if this switch is closed, see what happens if this switch is closed. See the next diagram. This is the inductor L, this is the capacitor C, and now the switch S is closed. That is, this switch is closed. When this switch is closed, what happens? The current flows through the circuit. The current flows through the circuit. The charge on the capacitor goes on decreasing. Charge on the capacitor goes on decreasing. Current flows through the circuit, and here the magnetic field is induced. Here there is a magnetic field like this across the inductor. This is the magnetic field. In the second case, the current is, switch S is closed, capacitor begins to discharge through the L, transferring the charge or sending the current through the capacitor, gives current in the circuit. The current in the circuit increases. It increases the magnetic field around the inductor. Magnetic flux also increases, and the part of this electrostatic energy is converted into magnetic field energy. Part of the electrostatic energy or electrical energy of the capacitor, or which is stored in the capacitor, which was 1/2 Q0 square upon C. And here the charge is not maximum. Suppose charge is Q, charge decreases, and this energy is converted into the magnetic energy of the inductor. So UB is 1/2 Li square. Some part of the energy is converted into magnetic field energy, but still there is some electric field energy or electrostatic energy, and that part is 1/2 Q square by C. Electrostatic field energy in the capacitor is 1/2, not Q0 square by C, but now it is 1/2 Q square by C, and it is partly converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor, and that is 1/2 Li square. Now in this case, the total energy of the system is, it is partly electrostatic energy in the capacitor, and it is partly magnetic field energy. So it is 1/2 Q square by C plus 1/2 Li square. Partly electrostatic and partly magnetic field energy. the capacitor goes on decreasing or discharging, capacitor goes on discharging, and at latter instant the capacitor is fully discharged. This goes on discharging. Here it was fully charged. The energy was completely electrostatic energy in the capacitor. Magnetic field energy was 0. Switch is closed. The charge is transferred. Current flows through this. It builds up the magnetic field. Magnetic flux increases. And this electrostatic energy in the capacitor is converted into, some part is converted into magnetic field energy, and total energy is addition of these two. Partly electric field energy in the capacitor and partly magnetic field energy in the inductor. But as capacitor goes on discharging, and in the latter case, when it is completely discharged, see the diagram, when it is completely discharged, it means there is no charge on this capacitor, no current. This is the inductor L. The switch is here closed. This switch S. What happens? All the energy of capacitor is converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor. It is converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor. This third figure shows the capacitor gets fully discharged. The potential between these plates is 0. Then the current, here current reaches the maximum value, that is I0. This current becomes the maximum value, I0. And energy is stored in the magnetic field of the inductor, or it is stored as the magnetic field. Current is maximum, and here total energy is the magnetic field energy of the inductor, that is 1/2 L into I0 square. And this electric field energy in the capacitor is 0 here. It means the entire electrostatic energy of the capacitor is converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor. It is entirely converted into magnetic field energy of the inductor. This electric field energy of the capacitor becomes 0. And as the current reaches the maximum value, this is the magnetic field energy. After discharging of the capacitor is completed, what happens? We see the next diagram or next figure like this. Suppose this is a capacitor. Here there is an inductor. This is the inductor. Again this switch S is closed. This is the magnetic field around the inductor. In this figure, the capacitor is completely discharged. The current, this current is again in the same direction. What happens after discharge of capacitor, or when capacitor is completely discharged? The magnetic flux phi with inductor decreases. Magnetic flux phi with the inductor decreases, inducing the current in the same direction. Inducing the current in the same direction as earlier current, but the current persists, but decreasing magnitude. Current goes on decreasing and it charges the capacitor in opposite direction. It charges the capacitor in the opposite direction. It means this is plus and this is minus. When capacitor is fully discharged, the total energy here is magnetic field energy 1/2 L I0 square. When it is completely discharged, what happens? The magnetic flux phi with the inductor decreases, inducing the current in the same direction as earlier current, but the current persists but of decreasing magnitude, and it charges the capacitor in opposite direction to that of this. It charges the capacitor in opposite direction. See here there is positive polarity and negative polarity, and here magnetic energy of inductor L, as this is the total energy, this energy goes on decreasing. Magnetic field energy of the inductor goes on decreasing, and it begins to charge, or it begins to charge the capacitor, or it begins to change into electrostatic energy of capacitor. It means here also the energy is partly the magnetic field energy, that is UB 1/2 Li square, and it is partly the electric field energy, that is UE, and that is equal to 1/2 Q square by C. Here also energy is partly magnetic field energy. This energy goes on decreasing. It is converted into electric field energy of the capacitor, and here again the energy is partly magnetic field energy of the inductor, that is 1/2 Li square, and partly it is the electric field energy of the capacitor, that is 1/2 Q square by C. The process continues till the capacitor is fully charged. See the next diagram. This process continues till the capacitor is fully charged. Again see the diagram. This is the inductor, this is the capacitor, but charged with the opposite polarity. This is the switches. Polarity of the capacitor is opposite to that of the first earlier case. This is the capacitor. When the capacitor is fully charged, the situation is like this. This is the capacitor, and again here the current is 0. Now capacitor is fully charged, but in opposite direction. It means this process continues. This process continues. Here in earlier case the capacitor was charged like this, and the process continues. This process of charging continues, and in this figure the capacitor is fully charged now, but in opposite direction. This is the intermediate stage in between this and that stage. Here capacitor is partially charged with opposite polarity, and in the next figure the capacitor is completely charged. That process continues till the capacitor is fully charged with the polarity opposite to this first. Again here current is 0 there, and capacitor is fully charged with the polarity opposite to that this figure. See here, plus minus, here there is plus minus opposite to first. The entire energy again stored as electrostatic potential energy. Here charge is fully charged, so Q0, and entire energy is electrostatic potential energy, that is 1/2 Q0 square upon C. It is 1/2 Q0 square upon C. In electric field of capacitor, this total magnetic field energy is converted into electrostatic energy of the capacitor. The magnetic field energy of the inductor is 0 here. Magnetic field energy is 0. Capacitor, again the process continues. This process again continues. Capacitor begins to discharge, again sending the current in opposite direction. Sending the current in opposite direction. Transfer to magnetic field of inductor. Process repeats itself in opposite direction. So energy of the system continuously goes between electric field energy and magnetic field energy alternately. Electric field energy of capacitor and magnetic field energy of the inductor, and it produces electrical oscillations of desired frequency. It produces electrical oscillations of desired frequency, and we call these oscillations as LC oscillations. If there is no loss of energy here, the amplitude of the oscillations will remain constant. During this process of changing the energy from electric field energy of the capacitor to the magnetic field energy of the inductor, the process goes on repeating continuously, and it produces the electrical oscillations of the desired frequency. If there is no loss of energy in this process, the amplitude of the oscillations will remain constant, and if amplitude of the oscillations remains constant, the oscillations are said to be undamped oscillations. Undamped. That is, amplitude of the oscillations remains constant. The oscillations are said to be undamped. But there must not be loss of energy during the process. However, the LC oscillations generally they are not undamped, but the oscillations are damped. Damped oscillations means amplitude of the oscillations goes on decreasing with the time, and finally that oscillations die out. If there is no loss of energy, we say that the oscillations are undamped oscillations, amplitude remains same, but generally it is found that LC oscillations are damped oscillations. That is, its amplitude goes on decreasing with the time, and finally the oscillations die out. There are some reasons for this damped oscillations in LC oscillation. The oscillations are damped because we considered that the inductor has zero resistance. Inductor has zero resistance, but practically every inductor, that is L, has some value of resistance. Not zero, but it possesses some resistance. As it possesses some resistance, this causes energy loss as a heat. Energy is lost in the form of heat as it possesses some resistance. Hence, amplitude of oscillation goes on decreasing, and they are finally die out, mean the oscillations will be damped. The second is, even if the resistance of inductance or inductor is zero, total energy of the system would not remain constant because it radiates away it radiates, the energy radiates away in the form of electromagnetic waves, even if the resistance of the inductor is 0. Ideal case, the energy radiates away in the form of electromagnetic waves, and as energy is radiated in the form of electromagnetic waves, the oscillations are damped oscillations. See this case, energy radiated away in the form of electromagnetic waves. The working of radio and television transmitters is based on such radiations, electromagnetic radiations. So this is about the LC oscillations. Today we stop here. Thank you.